Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my favourite fake tans. Now, you've probably heard of all of these fake tans and seen them in various videos or in shops or tried them yourself. But I've got a different array of fake tans here for different stages of my tan. I've got a product that I use last minute. I've got a product that I use to top up my tan when my original tan is fading, and so on and so forth. And I've got a few gradual tans as well and a few instant tans. These are tried and tested, and I've also got a few application tools as well that I want to show. So yeah, if you are somebody who's just getting into fake tan or somebody who's just looking for some new fake tan products to try and you want to know a little bit more about the ones that I'm about to share, then all you've got to do is keep on watching. First ones I'm going to start with are ones that are just like your standard. We'll leave them on for a certain hours to develop and then wash them off. So ones that I've got like guide colours. So I'm going to start with my most recent purchase, my most recent obsession with a fake tan. The Makeup Revolution Self Tanning Foam. This says it's got pineapple extract, coconut water and tropical summer fragrance. This is in the shade Ultra Dark. I've got this on now. You probably can't really tell, but because it has faded a little bit, but this fake tan is so good. I am in love with this. I honestly don't think I'm going to use another fake tan again. This is so cheap and it is so good. Revolution have smashed this. They really have, because I think it's really tricky to find the middle ground with fake tan where you want it to be a really good colour and also you don't want it to be really difficult to get off, because some tans are literally like glue. They're impossible to get off. This Revolution tan is absolutely amazing. It goes on really smooth, even if you haven't exfoliated before you use this tan, because there's been times where I haven't had time to do that and I've just whacked it on and it has worked so well. It doesn't cling to dry patches and it fades really evenly as well. It doesn't go all like tiger bread looking. The only thing I will say is that it doesn't last as long on the skin as some tans I've used, but that doesn't really bother me because I tan on like a weekly, 2 weekly basis. So by the time it comes around to that week anyway, I'm ready to scrub off and re-tan anyway. But I'm pretty sure this is about 10 or 11 pounds. I always get mine off ASOS just because I've got free next day delivery on there, so I tend to just buy mine on there. But you can get Makeup Revolution in so many different places now. Boots, Superdrug, online, in stores. You can order off Makeup Revolution's website. I'll leave a link to it below in the description box, but this is absolutely amazing. I know it's not as big as most fake tans are, but it takes up less room in your drawers, and also you actually use the product up, because I tend to find that I buy big bottles of fake tan and I don't tend to get through them very quickly and then just end up going green. I get through it in a good amount of time, and that is something that I like. I don't like to waste products, so I really like this, and this is my number one. If you've been wanting to try it, I highly recommend it. My next favourite mousse type tan is the good old faithful Moritz. I go back to this all of the time. If I'm like in a rush or on the night before and I want something that I just know works, I always go for the Moritz, just because it's cheap, it's cheerful, it's a pretty good colour and it comes off really easy in the shower. That is the main reason why I've included this in this video. If you are a new person to fake tan and you don't want to spend considerable amounts of money on a tan that you're not sure you're going to be very good at applying, try Moritz first. It's a very good starting point. It's just a standard tan, but it is very good. It doesn't smell as nice as some tans, but I just think this literally is the bare bones of what a fake tan should do. It just does the job. Nice colour once it washes off, and it lasts a really long time. It fades really nicely, and it is easy to get off in the shower as well. You don't have to scrub your skin too much. And as I've already mentioned, it is dirt cheap. You can literally pick this up from Home Bargains, B&M, Superdrug. You can even get this in like supermarkets, Morrison's, Asda, Sainsbury's, those kind of places. So this is a really good tan to pick up last minute if you just need something and you're out and about and you're nowhere near like a Boots or a Superdrug. You can like nip to a supermarket and you can definitely pick this up from there. If you are someone who's new to fake tanning and you want to get into like mousse tans and colour guide tans, I highly recommend starting with the Moritz tan. Next mousse sort of tan that I want, a foam sort of tanning product that I want to mention is the Coca Brown Tan. I don't actually have this on me at the moment because I've run out of it, because I use it religiously, but this is another tan that I really like. I'll pop a picture up of it on the screen so you can see which one I'm talking about. Now, the reason I like this tan is because it goes on really smooth and it gets a really nice dark warm colour, and I much prefer a warmer tan to a more of an olive tone tan. Olive tone tans do look a lot more natural, but for me, I just prefer something a little bit warmer. That's just what suits my skin tone. It smells so nice when you put it on. It hasn't got that horrible biscuity smell. It does afterwards, like all fake tans do. Initially they all smell nice, but then once you've worn them for a little bit, they do smell. But this tan is more of a foam, so it comes out in, like, instead of a pump bottle, it's more of a like a shaving foam kind of can, and it's in a can dispenser rather than a bottle. But this goes on so smooth. It fades really nicely, and I love this because it is so cheap. This is like £5. And they sell it in Primark as well, and I use the shade Ultra Dark. Not as dark as some ultra dark colours that I've used. It's a really nice warm shade, and that's what I really like in my fake tans. And you'll notice there's a theme throughout this video that all of these tans are easy to remove. I am not somebody that likes to get in the shower and scrub really hard at my skin. I like to just be able to lie in the bath for like about 20 minutes and to just like be able to remove it really easily with a tanning mitt or an exfoliating mitt. So that's why I like this tan, because it does come off really easily. Or tiny scrub and it comes straight off. So this is, and I also think this is another really good beginner's fake tan, because it is cheap and the bottle is small as well. So if you don't like it, it's not like you've got a lot of product that you need to use up. The fact that this is a smaller can is something that appeals to me, because that means I'm going to get through the product before it goes bad, and I appreciate that in a product. So if you've not tried the Coca Brown, I highly recommend that one. My next fake tan is a Gradual Tan. I'm not really into Gradual Tans because I find them very difficult to apply, because most of them don't have a guide colour. I always find that they end up being very streaky, but this particular tan I really like. I can manage to get a really even coverage without it going streaky, and I just find it goes on a lot easier than other Gradual Tans that I've tried. This is the Bondi Sands Everyday Liquid Gold Gradual Tanning Dry Oil. That is a really long name. I really like to use this on holiday. So if you're on holiday, for example, and you are sort of tanning in the sun a little bit, but you want to just sort of have that little bit of extra glow throughout the week or whenever, this is a really good tan. You can just whack this on when you've got out of the shower at the end of the night, and it just develops overnight, and it's such a lovely colour. It's very like deep natural looking tan, which is why I think it goes so well with a natural actual suntan. I also really like this for topping up my tan as well. So when my tan starts to fade throughout the week, so say like Monday night, Tuesday night, so tonight is Tuesday, I will put a little bit of this on before I go to bed, just to darken up my tan again, so I can get just a bit more longevity out of it initially. If you are someone who's into Gradual Tans and you've not tried this, this is a really good option. I really like this, and it's something that I've repurchased a lot of times. Going on from that, that leads me into the Bondi Sands Liquid Gold Self Tanning Foam. This is the foam version of this, but this isn't a I don't think this is meant to be a gradual tan, because you can put this on at night and sleep in it, and it does develop overnight. But because it's liquid gold, this doesn't have a guide colour either. It is more of a clear tan. But I really like this as well. Very similar to this. They're both they're basically the same product. One is just in foam form and one is just in oil form. But I do find that this one does obviously get a little bit darker, because I think this is more of a traditional tan rather than a gradual. But I actually sometimes use these two in conjunction with each other. So I'll use a pump of this and a few sprays of this on my tanning mitt and use them together, and they make a really good combination. If you like that sort of more natural olive kind of tone tan, but you want something that's a little bit less obvious, you want something a bit more natural, I would highly recommend the Bondi Sands Liquid Gold collection, because I think they're really good. You can normally get Bondi Sands on 2 for 1 as well if you go to like Boots or Superdrug. They're not the cheapest of products, but they're not as expensive as some of their other tanning products are. This isn't as expensive as their like instant ultra dark tanning foam, which I'm actually not a fan of. I find it to be very green and it's absolutely impossible to remove. You won't be seeing that in this video, unfortunately. Particular Bondi Sands products I do really enjoy. These next 2 products are going to be tans that I use very last minute. I'm going to give you a scenario. Your mate's messaged you at like 8 o'clock on a Saturday night and you weren't planning on going out, and they've convinced you to go out, but you've not fake tanned. You didn't prep the night before because you didn't think you were going out anywhere this weekend, but you need an instant tan that's not going to move and that's not going to go all like smudgy if it gets wet or anything like that, and you just need something that you can whack on quickly that looks good. probably will not come as a surprise to many people. You might have already seen me mention this on TikTok. I have done a video about this on TikTok and it has blown up. It's got like 6.8 million views now. But this product is my holy grail tanning product. This is the Sally Hansen Airbrush leg makeup. Don't be fooled by the fact that this is marketed as leg makeup, because I use this everywhere, and after I posted that video on TikTok, apparently there's a lot of people that do the same thing. So this is a instant water resistant tan. It's more of a body makeup than a fake tan, an aerosol foundation in a way. I know that sounds really bizarre, but it is. It's much more of a body makeup. But because it's water resistant, if you go out and it rains, this isn't going to smudge anywhere. It's going to stay where it is. And this does last a good few days as well, but it is really easy to remove. You can literally remove this with cleanser. So say, for example, you use this to tan your neck and your chest before you go somewhere and you want to remove it the next day. Micellar water will literally remove this really easily, or you can get in the shower and just remove it with a flannel. I use this for the areas where I'm going to be wearing an outfit where my chest, for example, is on show but nowhere else is, so I don't want to tan anywhere else, and I literally just use that to tan certain parts of my body that are on show. I seem a little lazy, but I am a lazy girl, so that's just a lazy girl fake tan hack for you if you didn't already need it. I love this. You can get this everywhere. Every single shop that sells any kind of cosmetic product has this product. It ranges between £6 to £10, I'd say, because obviously different shops sell it at different prices, but I normally get mine from Home Bargain. Normally pay about £6 for it. This shade is in the shade Medium Glow, and this is my holy grail. I love this. I get through so many bottles of this and I am absolutely obsessed with it. So if you've not tried the Sally Hansen Airbrush legs for emergency tanning, I highly recommend. And also, I have actually got this on my face today. This is the first time I've ever used this on my face, but a few people left a couple of comments on my TikTok video asking me if I tried it on my face. So I did. And let me just say, I am obsessed. Because this has got airbrushing technology in it, so they say. Because it's airbrush leg makeup. It makes your face look airbrushed as well. Don't sleep on this. There's a link in my description box for it. And then the final tan that I want to mention is the Vita Liberata Body Blur. Now, this is a relatively new product to me. And when I first tried it, I wasn't as wowed by it, because I do use the Sally Hansen one a lot. And obviously, I really, really like the effects of this one. So I wasn't wowed by it as much. But after I've used it a few more times, it's a completely different product to this. This is much more of a kind of glowy sort of skin tone evening product. So what I mean by that is, if you want something to just even out your skin tone, this is the perfect product for that. And this has also got like a bit of a glitter in it. So if you're going out on a night out and you want like a little bit of a body sheen, this is really nice to apply over the top of your already fake tanned body to just give you that little bit of a glow. I will say this does rub off onto clothing, so you do need to be really, really careful. Same with the Sally Hansen Airbrush legs. This can rub off on your clothing. It's nowhere near as bad as this, because this is more of a spray and this is more of a lotion. But both of these will rub off on your clothes. This not as much as this, but I'm just warning you, if you are going to use it, probably don't wear something white. This leaves a lovely sheen on your body. Like, so if you want that little bit of body glow, it's a really, really nice option for that. And also, I think this would be a beautiful product to use on holiday. If you've got that sort of like, not a suntan but not a sunburn, you're somewhere in the middle, smearing this, a little bit of this over the top would literally just make you look completely and utterly sun-kissed. And that's what I really like about this product. It gives you that sun-kissed glow. So if you were looking for something that had that little bit of extra pizzazz to it, that bit of glitzy, sort of healthy, glowy looking kind of skin effect, look no further. This is a bit more expensive than some of the products I've mentioned, but it is worth it. It is a good product. And then the final product that I want to mention is this tanning brush. Now, this is from Bondi Sands. I initially bought this to use with my instant tans, so these two that I've just mentioned. I use these tans, I tend to just use them on my neck and chest area, and because I've got quite dry skin, these sort of tans can go a little bit patchy if I use a mitt with them. So I like to use this brush just because I can work the product in a lot better. I got this from Boots. This was about £8 or £9. You can get these on offer. Boots do so many Bondi Sands offers. And yeah, if you've not tried a body tanning brush to tan your neck and your hands. I recommend giving it a go, because with a brush you can literally get in all of the nooks and crannies when you're doing your hands, and it's just so much easier to just smooth it down the neck, and it just doesn't get as patchy as it does with a fake tanning mix. So if you are someone who's got slightly drier skin like I am, I'd highly recommend giving a tanning brush a go. Tanologists do one of these as well. I just picked up the Bondi Sands one just because I was buying other Bondi Sands products and it was just in the deal. Yeah, I'll leave a link to this as well. So highly recommend using a body brush for your neck and chest tan. Yeah, that's just a little tip from me. That's all the fake tans I've got to show you. I really like all of these products for all of the different reasons that I've explained. So I think maybe if you are someone looking to buy a fake tan, just try and decide which sort of tan you are after, if that's a gradual tan, an instant tan, or a sort of one night, one day sort of tan. So yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment below if you've got any fake tan recommendations, because I am someone who loves trying different fake tans. I'm desperate to try Tanologist. I still haven't tried them. So if you've tried Tanologist, leave me a comment. Let me know which one's the best, because I know they've got a few different ones, or any other fake tan products that you've tried that you think are really good. I'd love to hear your recommendations. If you've got any questions about these products that I've mentioned, leave a comment and I'll reply. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and it'd be nice if you would consider subscribing to my channel if you enjoy my content. That's going to be it from me. All of the products that I've mentioned are linked in the description box. So that's going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching as always. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.